Why is it so hard for you to give me sugar? Why do you hate me?
He's mad about the birthday party.
No! It wasn't just the birthday party. It's everything. I'm always in your shadow. You're so much better than me. Everyone likes you better. And to top it all off, everyone thinks you're my older brother. I'm the older brother. Me! Why do all my friends think you're so much cooler than me?
I've been subconsciously competing with my brother over the past couple years, and I've been losing badly. You know, his achievements, his PRs, his success, it felt like a shadow over mine. Kind of covered it up. I didn't really acknowledge my own accomplishments in that sense. I hate this because it's an emotion that I'm feeling and has so much control over me. I hate not having control. It's so stupid how someone's success can impact the way you feel about yours. No matter what you accomplish, there will be someone always better than you. It's just how life is. It's a point where it's just constant struggle, the moving goalpost. You know, you're chasing that goal. Like, let's say you have a money goal, you're chasing that goal, you get a bit of money. Well, what about the next? What about guys richer than you? What about the guy that has more than you? You keep chasing that, chase. It's just chase. It's a game of cat and mouse, honestly. Comparison. What point do we just accept that we are never going to be the best in that sense? Like, you know what I mean? We're never gonna have, our goals, our want to always be, we'll never be satiated. We're greedy as humans. When are we going to accept that? When are we going to be average, accept being average amongst the greats? You know, comparison is a thief of joy. There's this never-ending cycle with comparison, and it's everywhere in your life. School, sports, social media. And for me, it's every second. I started to go to the gym about 3 years ago, and I wanted the girls. I wanted to get into shape and de-chadify myself. Around the second year, I really got into like compound lifts, bench, deadlifts were my favorite, and I got really strong on them. Then my brother got into the gym as well, about a year and a half after I did, right? So we were like a year and a half difference from the gym and gym experience. To be fair, he was like naturally lean, right? Like, you know, the average like lean black guy build when they're like, they don't work out but like they look good because like just a automatic low body fat percentage. You know, he was 12, had abs, you know, all that, whatever. Because we went to the gym and he just like basically over the years he just kind of blew up in strength out of nowhere. Like, he hit 100 kg bench before me, and that was like honestly insane to me because like, we're basically 2 years age difference and he's like already stronger. Like, the gym was my pride and joy back then, and he basically spawned in with a better physique than me. I was just baffled, honestly. In school, when I first started going and like the muscles came in, it felt good because people actually noticed me. You know, I wasn't an average guy anymore, like the below up, whatever. I was known for being strong and muscular. People praised, no, I won't say praised, but like people just noticed, right? You see people's heads turn and stuff when you walk past. I felt good, you know, that boosted my ego a bit, you know. I was like about 14 and like, you know, that felt good. Then it's like, once my brother started going, I kind of noticed him as well. And I always avoided the conversation of who is stronger, who is better looking. I kind of denied his accolades. You know, I kind of like, when the question got brought up, I kind of like denied it and didn't really like, I kind of ignored it, you know. Until I started posting on Instagram and people found out about his stronger The fact that he's stronger than me, and it's like I could not hear the end of it. He was like, "Oh, he's 14 and stronger than you. You're 16, and what are you doing?" Like every day, bro. It's like even the teachers. Like there's one time, it's an assembly. I was walking down. I had this sweater on. Teacher said, "Oh, you're looking good, very big." And I was happy. But then he was like, then she like called me my brother's name, and I was like, "Oh, he just thought I was my brother." Because I don't know, man. It's insane. Another thing as well is in school, when usually if you're the younger brother, if you're watching this and you're a younger brother, in school, people call you by your older brother's name. It's like, "Oh, you're blah blah blah's brother." For me, it's the other way around. I was my younger brother's brother. Like people like call me that, but I don't know, right? It's like, bro, what? God damn. It's just horrible for me. Knight has accolades to keep my ego in check, because like back in the day, the gym was like my only skill, I guess. And you know, that hurt, obviously, but like I just kind of had to deal with it. I built resentment towards him and blame myself for not being as strong and letting him catch up or exceed me even. I just had so much envy to the point of not acknowledging my own physique and my own peers and my own progress. I hated my brother a bit, but I hated myself even more for that. The problem I had was that, and a lot of people have as well, is that they use comparison as like an excuse to be more sulky and a bitch, and I was sad and demotivated, like, oh, this guy's ahead of me and I'm gonna stop trying. But comparison, like a lot of emotion, is just energy that you have to redirect into something more positive. Yeah, you can put yourself down a little bit, you know, kind of use your hatred as like a form of motivation in that sense. To an extent, obviously, right? I'm not saying go hate yourself as much. That's the meta of self-improvement. Just shame yourself. Yeah, whatever. But I'm just saying, you can use that energy from comparison to kind of get stuff done. It's like two sides of a coin comparison. One side is envy. I hate this person because of what they have, and I hate that I don't have that. And there's emulation. I admire this person for what they have, and the fact that I don't have that is going to motivate me to get what they have. People don't realize this, but comparison is normal. Yeah. But to admire someone is you comparing yourself to them. You see your flaws, you see your weaknesses, and you see their strengths and how they like overshadow yours, and like you're in awe of that. And that's kind of the side you need to have. That's kind of like the mentality you have to really utilize your emotion of comparison to its fullest, to like its potential. People are stumped on the notion that comparison is a thief of joy. They're stuck being average, and they use that as cope to not progress. They compare themselves and are like, okay, what's the point? I could just be happy being where I am. That is fine to some people, but I know a lot of people out there aren't fine with just being stuck where they are currently. And to me, it's like, why see that? And why compare yourself and not actually use that to improve in some way? It's baffling to me how like people just stay the same. They see someone that has something that they want, and they don't want to actually put in the work and do that, so they like sit there and complain. Yeah. You know, for the past 3 years, right, I've been on the grind, you know, trying to get the hustle up, making the money. I've tried a lot of stuff. I've tried trading and YouTube Shorts. Now, I'm gonna talk about YouTube Shorts for a bit, because that's the most recent one I kind of like dropped. For 2 months, I was making a bunch of videos, posting them, and didn't see any results. I got about 100k views altogether, and I quit and failed. Yeah, I stopped trying. Yeah. Now my brother, he was doing clothes reselling, and he was making money. Now my parents saw this and was like, okay, look, you are not doing anything productive, and you just sit on your laptop and do whatever. And your brother, on the other hand, is like making his money, doing something productive, while sitting at home, and you're just like, whatever. That pissed me off. That enraged me, because like, didn't you see the nights where I sat there grinding away, researching, all that, whatever. Yeah, I failed, but I gave up. That's bad. But it wasn't all for vain, right? I still learned something. I learned how to write scripts better, I guess, and whatever. So I discovered a new business model, and it's making more money than my brother's clothes reselling brand. This was like a month or so ago. 3 months ago. Around 3 months ago, right? I'm not gonna leak it, but it does make more money. And my brother's kind of joined me into this new model. So I was happy, you know? I kind of used my anger, my envy, whatever, to kind of do something better with my life. And I grew this business up decently enough. You know, I got my profit, put it back into the business, whatever. And I was happy, making a decent bit of money for a teenager to just sell home and, you know, make. The whole point is, I was first envious, and then I used this envious energy to like change it into something more productive. Now, then, you know, something bad happened. My business kind of crashed in the sense that the app I was using to make the money and do the business banned me for suspicious activity. Now I'm pissed off, obviously, right? Cause like, you know, I was making money and then I just kind of have to restart all over again. But you know, it's fine. I'm not gonna be a bitch, and you know, yeah, I could do it once, I could do it again, you know. So now the point of this whole video is comparison is not going to go away. It's an emotion. You have emotions. It's your job to not let those emotions control you. It's all energy. You can redirect that energy. It's not an excuse to say your success isn't as good. I mean, your success isn't like as appealing to you or whatever. It's not an excuse to say you're falling behind even though you're not technically, right? You might have slower progress in whatever you're doing, whatever. I don't care. It might be slow, but you're still doing it. You're still gonna eventually reach the goal, finish line, whatever, if you just keep doing it. Comparison as a thief of joy it's copium. It's an excuse not to improve. Do not be a bitch. Don't try to stop comparing yourself forever. It's the way to improve. You see someone you admire, you go for it. It's the way to improve. It's energy. You're a human. Like, I still compare myself to my brother. I'm not perfect. I'm not even gonna try to sit here and be like, oh, I'm this perfect, true Adam, whatever. I probably always will keep comparing myself. I mean, he lives right. I mean, we have the same room, so like, I'm gonna keep comparing myself to him. The difference is I don't see his success anymore as proof that I'm failing. I can keep pushing forward and doing my own thing. Sometimes comparison turns into envy, and it's your job to make that envy into something positive. Emulation. One emotion makes you better, and one makes you better. Do it that what you will. I'm not gonna sit here and try and make you do something you're not. Just go ahead.